Our film is called A Morte di Vivida, and it is set in 1914 with, and it's going to be a thriller, horror sort of thing. And it's going to be set in Hughenden graveyard, and basically it's about a girl a woman who's just lost her husband, and she's basically going to visit his grave, and someone's following her, and he's like in the shadows. So she goes to see her husband's grave, and he follows her, and then goes in church, gets an axe, kills her. Or we're thinking about adding at the end, instead of him killing her straight away, she runs down to the river, and then he kills her, and there's blood in the water.
We have different endings.
Depending on what's best.
Well, the mise en scène, the costumes we have decided, because it's set in
1914.
In 1914, we will have old style clothes. We're going to have dark black clothes, obviously, because she's visiting a grave, and because it's a horror / thriller, black seems more suitable. So maybe a black dress, and then the murderer will be wearing a black cloak, and we plan on shading out most of his face so you can't see much of him.
Yeah, with the hood up.
And that's the only two characters in the film. The props we plan on using are the axe or a different weapon yet, we haven't decided on it. And we are going to use a red rose for the flower when visiting the grave. And that's about it for the props.
Just to add to Josh's point, Alice is going to play the woman, and we're hoping to get one of...
There's a certain logic in that, I can see why.
No, we could have got someone else, but Josh is going to get one of his friends, David, who's pretty tall, so that should work for the man, so quite intimidating. But for the ideas for the shots, for example, in Hughenden graveyard, they've got a gate, is it?
Yeah.
And a wall. And we're hoping to get a shot of the woman walking through the gate, and you can't see the man because it's all sort of minimal colour. And then he steps forward, and then you see him come out of the shade of either the wall or a tree or something. But we're hoping to do the murder scene with the axe, a close-up of maybe just a hand, or the two hands with the axe, or a hand with a knife or something, and just see it, and then traditional sort of murder shot, a sort of shot of the ground, and then you see maybe Alice collapse, and you see her collapse into the shot, or a hand sort of flop into the shot.
And then he kind of walks away.
And then we see
and then you see him walk away, and then we're hoping to get sort of blood trail down to the river or something.
We decided to set it in Hughenden because the church there it's on a hill, and it's quite scary. I've been there at night time myself. We're not going to shoot it at night because of light cuts. Early evening, so we still have a bit of light. But it's a very old church, and there's big monuments and stuff, and big tombstones and things, so it'll be quite scary.
Also, we're hoping to make the whole sort of movie a murder mystery sort of thriller. So this is going to be unrelated. No, this is going to be the start of the mystery. So we're either going to have some narration we're thinking of maybe from the murderer's point of view. So he could be a psychotic killer who has his
like
sort of murder diary, or from a third person point of view of the man who actually found the murder. So it's him writing the diary, discovering the murder.
Yeah, maybe a policeman.
Yeah, which will be the start of the sort of film, and that will lead on to eventually. Yeah, you can see where it's going.
And for kind of colour and music, we're writing something on GarageBand at the moment to kind of fit in with the eerie feel of it being dark and at night and a kind of gothic feel. So it's got like an organ and a piano and stuff like that. And also for colour, we're going to do most of it in black and white probably, and we're also going to try and do something like Sin City where you get colours which kind of are brought out and more emphasised, like the colour of someone's eyes and the red rose and stuff like that. So,
nothing else to say. Our audience is young adults to sort of the older audience. It will be up to about the age of sort of 35. We want to range it from about 15 or maybe an 18 to about 35. So keep it within that.
We'd also like it to be, well, we're going to try and make it go when it's going to rain.
Yeah.
So then we're also going to have like black makeup smudges, and the girls going to have big blue eyes and the red rose.
We're going to pale out Alice's face with talcum powder to make it seem more cold
And to bring out the eyes as well.
and to bring out the eyes and the makeup,
yeah.
which is dribbling down the face and smudging.
Sounds fantastic. I think of all the routes today, yours is probably the best fleshed out. It sounds like you've thought through lots of issues. A couple of questions. First of all, a practical one. Have you got permission to film the church?
No, but we're hoping to because we all live
I know.
Okay, because that's important. It sounds great. I know the church you're talking about, but you must get permission to film
also,
it.
if we can't manage to film in there, we've got our backup
great
is
Berkhamsted Church, and I know the vicar. So.
Brilliant. Second question, why have you given it an Italian title?
Because it sounds cool.
It sounds.
pretty much.
But an English audience won't have a clue what you're talking about.
We'll put it in brackets.
It's called a morte di vida, and it means a widow's death.
I think a widow's death sounds quite good, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah, it's better. I would go for the English.
Change it then.
But okay, I didn't really have any questions because I think you've been very thorough. Annie?
Why 1914?
Yeah. Because then we can have a more eerie feel. Instead of, if we want to have a traditional horror or thriller, we want this traditional weapons like an axe, and we want to have old costumes,
And we don't want
something not familiar to the audience.
Trackies and a hoodie.
So yeah, if we had it set in today's, we wouldn't want the murderer to be wearing Nikes and a hoodie.
So you're going to have to fake a tombstone, because it's going to have to be like 9, 8.
Well, yeah,
Oh, they
we'll
have
find a
to-
tombstone with that on. So.
There's a tombstone
It's
that
not
has,
church.
is it like a big statue or something,
And
rather than
the
just a...
words are rotted on it, so you
Yeah.
can't read the
You
name.
might not want you filming on their tombstone though.
That's where you ask permission.
Also, my great-grandma
But if it's a
not,
tombstone from 18 something, the family's
Dead.
dead.
Ollie, you got a question?
Why would only people up to 35 watch it?
Well, it can branch further, but that's a sort
like
of
our aim.
contact audience.
To be targeted.
We're not.
Anyone can watch it.
It's what we're trying to aim at. We're not trying to aim higher than 35. I mean, by all means they can watch it, but we're not trying to, branch it off that high.
I'm too old for their target.
You
That's really
are.
shocking.
So you can watch it if you want.
Thanks, Thanks, Andrew. Any other questions? Any more? Brilliant. Thank you guys. Well done.